Hi, today we're going to look at simplifying fractions. This is what we have to do when the directions say to reduce the fraction to lowest terms. There are a couple ways to do this. I'm going to start with a basic method. This method will always work. First thing you're going to want to do is rewrite the numerator and denominator using prime factorization. That means break down the numerator and denominator into a multiplication of prime numbers. From there, we're going to eliminate all factors that simplify to 1. And then we're going to multiply the remaining factors together. Now you may be asking, what's a prime number? Well, a prime number is a positive integer which has only 1 and the number itself as factors. I've listed here the first few prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23. This list goes on forever. Note all of these numbers are only divisible by themselves or 1. All other numbers are basically known as composite numbers. They can be broken down, or I should say all other integers. Now let's take a look at how prime factorization works. Let's start with 36. What we want to do is to try and break this down into a series of primes. Since 36 is even, I know it's going to be divisible by 2. So 36 divided by 2 will be 18. We can then break the 18 down. That'll be 2 times 9, and 9 breaks down into 3 times 3. Since 3 and 3 are both prime, we are done. So the prime factorization for 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Basically using all the numbers that we got after we broke it down. So look at another example. 48. 48 once again is even. I know that's 2 times 24. We can then break the 24 down. That's going to be 2 times 12. 12 can be broken down to 2 times 6. And 6 breaks down into 2 times 3. Both are prime, so we are done. So the prime factorization for 48 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, using all the numbers we got as we broke it down. One more, 525. Seeing that it ends in a 5, I know it's divisible by 5, and 5 is a prime number. Let's see, that would leave us 105. Once again, it ends in a 5, so that's going to be divisible by 5, and that'll give us 21. 21 breaks down into 3 times 7. So 525, if we go from the smallest prime to the largest prime, it's going to be 3 times 5 times 5 times 7. Now, let's get to what we were looking for, how to simplify the fractions. Remember, our goal is to rewrite, eliminate, and multiply. So for this example, our fraction starts off as 36 over 48. Now we're going to save a little time because we've already done the prime factorization for 36 and 48. 36 we saw was 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 48 was 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So now we want to eliminate anything that's going to simplify to give us 1. So a 2 over 2 would simplify to give us 1. We have another 2 over 2 that would simplify to give us 1. And we can do a 3 divided by 3, which would simplify to give us 1. So we've now eliminated all the factors that simplify to give us 1. In the numerator, we still have 3. In the denominator of 2 times 2, so if we multiply those together, we get 4. So our simplified version of the fraction, or the fraction in lowest terms, is 3/4. Let's try another example. 35, we know we can rewrite this as 5 times 7. The 525 we already did. This was 3 times 5 times 5 times 7. Now we want to eliminate anything that would simplify to give us 1. So we can simplify one pair of 5s. The 7s would simplify. So if we look in the denominator, we have 3 times 5, which would give us 15. Now everything canceled on the top, but remember we were simplifying to get 1, so to hold the place we can put a 1. One more example, 78 over 66. All right, we haven't done any of these, so let's start from scratch. 78, it's even, so that's 2 times 39. 39 can be broken down to 3 times 13. All that's prime, so we got 2 times 3 times 13 for the 78. 66, it's 2 times 33. 33 can be 3 times 11. Those are all prime. So we got 2 times 3 times 11. And now we can eliminate from the numerator and denominator anything that simplifies to give us 1. So the 2 over the 2, the 3 over 3, and that leaves us with the 13 over 11. No multiplication required in this case. Now, for an advanced method, what you can do to speed this up a little bit is to look for common factors in the numerator and the denominator and eliminate those first. After that, we will rewrite the remaining numerator and denominator using prime factorization and continue on as before. Eliminate the other factors and multiply what's left. All right, so for an example here, you notice we got 40 over 100. They both end in a 0, so we know they're both divisible by 10. So 40 is 4 times 10, 100 is 10 times 10. So right off the bat, we can eliminate the 10s. Now, 4 in the numerator breaks down into 2 times 2. The 10 breaks down into 2 times 5. There's our prime factorizations. We can now simplify it. The 2 over 2 is 1, and we'll end up with 2/5. Let's try another example. Here we have 36 and 60. We might catch that both of them are divisible by 6, 36 being 6 times 6, 60 being 6 times 10. That lets us eliminate the 6's right off the bat. So if we break down the remaining 6, we get 2 times 3. If we break down the 10, we get 2 times 5. Gotta be careful, you don't go too fast. We can eliminate the 2's, and that leaves us with 3/5. Note there are multiple ways of doing this, as our next example will show. 24 over 72. All right, one way we could do this is we might notice both of these are divisible by 8. 24 is 3 times 8. 72 is 8 times 9. That would eliminate the 8's right off the bat. 3 is already prime. 9 can be broken down to 3 times 3. We can eliminate the 3's. This leaves us a 3 in the bottom, and once again we can hold it with a 1, so we would simplify to get 1/3. Maybe you didn't notice the 8 works. Maybe you came up with 6. So 24 is 4 times 6. 72 is 6 times 12. We can eliminate the 6's. 4 is 2 times 2. The 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. We can simplify the 2's. Once again, we'd be left with the 1/3. All right, maybe you still didn't catch that. Maybe you went with, say, let's see what we got, 12. All right, 24 is 2 times 12. 72 is 6 times 12. Yeah, we already did that one once. 12's break down. 2 is prime. 6 is 2 times 3. Eliminate the 2's. Get 1/3 that way. So as you can see, there are multiple ways of doing this. Matter of fact, there's probably 2 more ways to do this one, but I leave that up to you. I hope this helps you with simplifying fractions. If you're still having trouble, I'd suggest finding a friend, teacher, somebody who's willing to give you a little extra help. Good luck.